Now let's take this session forward. Before that, I would like to invite Professor Aghaaz-e-Taraqqi sahab. So please tashrif le aaiye. And also I would like to invite on stage Arman Khan sahab, Director, VTech Group. And now I would like to invite Mr. Tariq Fareedi on stage, please. A token of love presented to Mr. Tariq Fareedi from Professor Adil Mateen Sahab, Editor, Salaam Media Group, Tariq Fareedi Sahab. A huge round of applause, please. It's a token of love for Mr. Arman and Professor Adil Mateen Sahab. And now, I would like to request Mr. Tariq Fareedi. We would like to hear something from you, sir.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Adil Sahab. Thank you, Arman. Our old friends. This is my weakness and strength as well. I'm holding Z. This gives me a sense of pride and responsibility. And that's why we call I am C. Thank you, Peter World, for organizing this wonderful event. So, जब मैं हिंदन से अंदर आ रहा था,
तो नाज़रीन, लगातार हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं सलाम टीवी और वेटल वर्ल्ड के ताउन से दुबई में जी गल्फ ग्रीन समिट एंड अवार्ड 2025 तकरीब का बराह रास्त नशरियात। आपको बताएं कि इस तकरीब में मुख्तलिफ शोबे की मुमताज़ और कामयाब हस्तियां शरीक हैं। यहाँ रुकना चाहेंगे एक ब्रेक के लिए।
She read it, and without any impression or expression, she gave it back to me. So I asked her, "You did not digest it? You told me, where is your intelligence? Where is your input? This is the same story I told you." So I said, "Yes." Then she told me a powerful sentence that I could not understand the meaning of that sentence. She told me, "You want to speak what is written, or you want to speak that will be written?" And trust me, at the age of 13 and 14, I could not understand the depth of that sentence. So since then, I don't prepare any script for myself. I speak my mind, my heart, So from bottom of my heart, thank you UAE, thank you Dubai, and please enjoy this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tariq. Now, tonight, the topic is sustainability. So, we shall begin now. We begin our conversation with a powerful panel on the economics of sustainability. The discussion will highlight how sustainable practices are not just good for the planet, but also a driver of economic growth and resilience. And for this, I would like to invite our moderator, Sehbali Sethi, to take this forward from here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You have been a great audience, so I would like you to give a great round of applause for all of you, first of all. So we are gathered here to talk about sustainability. It's just such a wonderful topic, and it's our responsibility to talk about it and to make people aware. So sustainability is just not an option, it's our shared responsibility. And I would like to start a panel discussion with our beautiful guests and distinguished and esteemed personalities. So this discussion, the economics of sustainability in the Middle Eastern region. This panel will explore sustainability is reshaping business models, policies and investments across the Middle East. This discussion will highlight the economic opportunities created by green growth, renewable energy and sustainable finance, while also addressing the practical challenges of policy alignment, market adoption and regional readiness. So I would like to invite our guests. First of all, I would like to invite Dr. Sahitya Chaturvedi, Secretary General, IPPC Dubai and CFO, Ajmal Computer, Sustainable Finance Expert. Please welcome our next guest, Dr. Amitabh Upadhyay, Director, Academic Partnerships, GEDU Dubai, Specialist in Hospitality and Sustainability Education. I welcome Dr. Amitabh Upadhyay. And next is Lubna Naeem, Director, Media Center for Sustainability, Specialist in Sustainable Healthcare. And now I would like to invite Thomas Varghese, CEO and co-founder, 4C Technologies, developer of AI-powered ESG reporting tools. So these are the distinguished panelists. Please have a seat. So before I start this panel, I would like you to please give a great round of applause again. So without any offense, I would like to start with Lubna Naeem. So Lubna Naeem, what does sustainability means to you? And when you think about sustainability, what comes in your mind first?
Always wanted to start like this. A very good evening to everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank Z Media for sure, and the background behind this whole thing together will tell. And as far as I'm concerned, because I'm from a healthcare sector, so sustainability for me means building and running healthcare systems in a way that it meets the needs of the patient today and in future in the most qualitative way. It should balance clinical excellence, it should have a perfect environmental impact, very important financial viability, and social responsibility as well. So once we say that, it can just draw down into multiple keys. I mean, using and promoting preventative healthcare for us to have a sustainable and less pressure on the physical infrastructure and maintaining the cost of the healthcare ecosystem per se. Using digital AI techniques like telemedicine, again, to reduce less pressure on the physical infrastructure. At the same time, using less harmful chemicals, creating an ecosystem in itself, including healthcare, where there is inclusivity, there is diversity. Above all, maintaining, again, I would say the patient care in the highest quality. That's for me, is to create a sustainability in healthcare needs, create a resilient system that is financially viable, that is economically stable, at the same time having a great impact.
That's great. Dr. Sahitya Chaturvedi, I would like to start with you. From a finance perspective, how do we see sustainability and how we can enhance investment, influence the Gulf economy?
MashaAllah, first of all, a very nice question to the core to my education, to my profession, and my salam in regards to His Excellency, whom we have been listening the sustainability and learning the sustainability in due sense. So, Alhamdulillah, I can say that type of the audience and the guests we have. With regards to finance, I think although there are the quality standards and the GIS standards are in place, but in the entire world, there are the international financial reporting systems. You all must be knowing now Dubai, UAE is going with the first time for taxation. 30th September is the day. Now it has become mandatory for all the listed companies that sustainability report should be attached with the financial reports. And IFRS S1 and S2 are mandatory for that requirement. So that is the first one. So as we go ESG, environmental, social and the governance is taken care by the finance. The second point, why and who should adopt the sustainability? The answer comes that it is not just the governance, but we need to develop a culture. So until with the organization, the enterprises and the entrepreneurs, a culture towards sustainability, going green, as very rightfully said in my predecessor, that it's not only making the sustainable aspects in the green segment, but the artificial intelligence and the digitalization is parallelly important. Likewise, in financial terms, starting from the carbon rating, the measurement, and how can we monitor in the financial aspects, how can we measure the actual impact of the initiative, and that needs to be reported with the balance sheet, which is really benchmark has been established by the finance professionals.
That is really imperative also.
And one more thing, I just two more seconds. The US governments and the European Union have started that the rate of finance, the charges for the loan will be lower who are following sustainability, and it will be little higher who are not following the sustainability. And that will be followed in totality for all the segments in all the countries.
Thank you. Now, Thomas, I would like to extend it to you because we are driving technology and we are getting advanced in technologies. So how can digital tools like 4G and AI can help and can boost up in this sector?
So I represent the technology side of things, right? So ESG or sustainability as a topic requires a lot of measurement, just like Sir said here. it's not easy, when we get down to reporting or when we get down to trying to measure what we are doing. So how do we enable yourself as an organization? How do you go about it? We need a lot of tech behind it. Something as an example, if I were to say, if you look at an ERP or an accounting system, which is very familiar to many of us, right? We all run businesses. We know that there is the importance of tech from that perspective. Just imagine, be it on the financial side, which I spoke about, or be it about how your operations are being held, you had to have an extra system in place to measure how your carbon footprints are happening, what are those activities which are coming in, what are the social consequences of your operations, and eventually the governance side of it. You need a tool in place, right? It cannot be driven on Excel sheets, it cannot be done on like few parchments you keep on scribbling on. It's much wider than that. To put things into context before I jump into the AI conversation is the fact that the volume of data we are talking about is not punched inside your organization. So what do I mean by that? We all know that a business doesn't operate in isolation, right? You operate with others. So you have suppliers, you have vendors, you have service providers, you have warehouses where you are. So basically what happens is anybody and everybody is contributing towards your success as an organization, right? So let's imagine that if I have a large shipment coming in, into my factory as a raw material for processing something and packaging it and sending it to the market. Do you think you are not responsible for the shipment which comes in? You have to bear the portion of what you did by bringing in that. So it came on a ship, then was offloaded, it was put onto a truck, it came through the road means, it came into your factory. So that's called supply chain, right? So you need to measure all these things. That is how you entirely complete this story. Now imagine that, how would you do it? Now that's where technologies like ours or AI also comes into that. Be it about data collection. For example, we come across customers who say that, I've got a PDF file which is running into 500 pages, I have all my petrol bills in it, right? And somebody is sitting there punching in information day in, day out. It's not easy. We automate that, for example. I would say that's the least of AI which I would say. But just imagine that's a 1 second thing. Or don't even bother about it, it's automated, right?
Right. Okay, now I'd like to get into Dr. Aghaaz-e-Taraqqi. And I'd like to understand that how is sustainability transforming the hospitality industry, especially in the Middle East, or to talk about the world also, globally, how it's going to be practical?
Good evening. Yes, hospitality and tourism are one of the very important industries out in the Middle East, especially we are sitting in the UAE, in Dubai. We are pioneers in so many places in the Middle East. Now, coming to the term, before I go further more in detail, the term sustainability I consider to be an overarching term which includes so many sectors. We have spoken about healthcare, finance, IT, and so on and so forth. They are the enablers for the purpose of achieving some kind of sustainable development. However, coming from the tourism and hospitality background, I would like to, and also from academic background, I would like to break it into components, the tasks that can be achieved and be measured, because measurability is what both my colleagues have been speaking about. Now, when you break sustainability into components, for me, the components would be PCR, preservation, conservation, and reconstruction of the site. So when we talk about preservation, again, tourism assets there are so many tourism assets everywhere in the world which countries and destinations try to attract tourists and visitors to those places. And to preserve them over a longer period of time, to maintain their nature and character is a very important factor. So I normally give examples of the Taj Mahal, for example, back home. And in any part of the world, we have to preserve, even the Eiffel Tower will remain Eiffel Tower only if it is preserved in a way that it was constructed and built hundreds of years back. So the idea is preservation, and sometimes when we talk about preservation, we only talk about tangible assets. but there are large number of intangible assets. For example, music, culture, literature. We have to preserve that as well. So that is part one. Part two, when we come to conservation, resources, water, electricity. There are so many such natural resources, flora, fauna, that have to be conserved over a period of time. And if we are not responsible, maybe we will find it very
That's the
difficult.
need of an hour so that it can be passed from generation to generation.
Exactly.
So now I will start with again. If we talk about the challenges, so what are the possible main barriers you see?
So I would say that initial high cost, because most of the green technologies or energy efficient equipments or waste management projects, they require a heavy cost. And that might be resulting in a long-term saving and long-term benefit, but sometimes it becomes tight on shorter-term budgets on the companies. More importantly, the lack of awareness amongst people about sustainability as a word when it's been overused, which creates a lot of resistance and change. People think that it's going to disrupt the day-to-day operations, it's going to create effect on the patient experience, and so on and so forth. Now, there could be competing priorities as well. So when we talk about healthcare, yes, sustainability and its rules are there, but it could be secondary because the primary concern for a healthcare provider is to look after the emergency preparedness or the patient care is the primary and the utmost kind of duty, And again, as I agree with all three of my colleagues here, that supply chain, it's an important aspect. Not many because healthcare is heavily dependent on consumables, pharma. Many suppliers or vendors might not have a greener options, right? And again, the point is, even if you invest that kind of money or budget to that, what's the quantifiable way of maintaining and justifying towards the end of the year? So that's where people like Mr. Thomas's foresee as companies come into place, and where they can give us quantifiable data, and hence we can justify the value, because that's equally important at the end of the day. But yeah, I think these are the main barriers which we face, and I think it's improvement. We are there. It's just a little more pushed by people like us, and inshallah, we'll be there.
Yeah. What whole education policies can play in implementing and building system we call?
It has a major role, because awareness is the most important factor to have a sustainable future. So when we talk about the SDGs of United Nations, we are talking about imbibing all those 17 into our curriculum in some way or another, depending upon what particular stream we are talking about. So recently, in the last decade or so, degrees or qualifications in sustainable development, whether it is from the point of view of its economic and financial development is concerned, whether it is any other kind of infrastructure development is concerned, all these have to be looked into from the point of view of sustainability. Curriculum is one thing, then not only curriculum may be so effective, it is equally important that students are taken to various projects, because nowadays we are, as far as teaching and learning is concerned, it is no more just a sage on the stage and lecturing in the classroom, because that doesn't help as much. We are in the times of information communication technologies where everything is available to you at the click of a button. So why should a student be listening to your lecture for 1 hour? It is rather boring. So bringing them into projects, and projects that are focused not only for the purpose of learning but also creating something. The newer generations, as we all know, are pretty far-sighted as far as their way of thinking is concerned. They think more
more practical solutions.
Yes.
How investors are seeing this as a cause or as their opportunity.
Yeah, sure. Questions, again, I can really talk a lot, but I have to respect the time. And prior to that, I have to respect the G media today, the mic which is in my hands. I have been from the childhood, seeing the G media for 35 years, just now it was announced. And I want to also mention here that a year back, Mr. Rajesh Agrawal is here in his presence in the embassy of India, Dubai. We felicitated GTV on Vishwa Hindi Divas. It was the first private channel in Hindi language. So again, congratulations and a big round of applause to that. Now, as coming the sustainability as an investment or as a cost or an opportunity, I again go back to the childhood when we used to listen to Doordarshan, Bijli Hai Shakti, इसे व्यर्थ ना गवाओ, जितनी जरूरत हो उतनी जलाओ. Meaning to say that if sustainability is on the objective, sustainability is on the accountability, sustainability is on the education, the knowledge, then each and every aspect, the infrastructure, the ecosystem needs to be developed for that. And yes, this is without a sustainable future, we cannot live. The civilization cannot exist, and that's where it is a matter of investment. Wherever the opportunities are, there are the investments, and wherever the investments are, it begins to achieve, to pass, to reach to a journey, you have to take some steps. So that's where the cost has to be. So it is a very
And Professor, how do you see that? How do you see technology is a driver or an enabler to the sustainability?
Like I mentioned earlier, and like listening to the panelists to mention that everything was hand in hand, right? So you need something out there to bind it all together, right? That's what technology does today. So we can't be speaking license, and that's what all of them said right now, right? Now, so we could be in one industry, right? We could be in healthcare industry, we could be in academia, we could be in finance, we could be in FSI, we could be in anything, right? But it's a connected story because can anyone really say that I did not harm the environment while driving from wherever you are to here, right? I'm also touched, right? So it's a common responsibility. So technology basically becomes the binding piece. That's what I was put it. And it's not a magic bullet, right? It will not take something. So I got technology, I can do anything. No, it's a journey. You have to start small, focus on what can be done. It's not practical today for everything to be measured, everything to be preserved, and then to be solved by technology. Right? So it's all baby steps, but I would say that technology is that binding force which can make your conditions come true. And how do you know that you achieved it? Right? You need to know, right? Yeah. So that's what technology comes and helps you, and then you get to one level, then let's plan the next level. So the foundation has to be built first, all what we discussed right now, and then technology is always there to support you as a supporting actor, right? But academia, industry, media, everybody has to play their role, and every individual in this room and outside, including myself, have to play a role, right? So.
I think that the reason that we all are gathered here and talking about it, and it has to be discussed, and people should be get aware about it so that we can go far away with kind of everything. So it has been a great session. I would like to thank all of you for giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much. I would like to invite now again Khan to proceed further. Okay. like to invite Mr. Adil sir and Tariq sir also, and His Excellency Dr. Abdullah. I would like to invite all of you for the token of love. To Mr. Thomas Varghese, to Amitabh Upadhyay, to Sahitya Chaturvedi and Rubna Naik.
Dr. Sahitya Chaturvedi, Director General, IBPC Design and CFO, Ashwin Perfumes. And we listen to Dr. Amitabh Upadhyay as well, Director of Agro Partnership, GED Design. Naren Saida, Director, Regional Center for Sustainability. And also Mr. Thomas Varghese, a token of love for our prestigious guest for their valuable time, and of course the message that is delivered here, that how individually we can take this forward. Of course, we want to these blooms, with the pictures, with the photographs, we are capturing here. All of our guests' presence is making it wonderful, memorable. The conversation which we had was highly inspiring. Thank you so much. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you, sir. Your presence makes it more special. Thank you, your esteemed panelists, for those valuable insights. I think we are very invested in the topic, and I would like to take this forward. It is time for our keynote address, a deep dive into the vision, challenges, and opportunities in sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request, please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Professor Adil once again on stage, please. President, Regional Center for Sustainability.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming and accepting the invitation. This is Gulf Green Summit and Awards in association with Z and Beacon Global. As you know, that Z is the biggest and largest media platform in India, and Beacon World has been associated with many activities since last many years. We started in 2017 with media activities, and during 2021 we realized during the expo that sustainability is now the future. And immediately we became the official partner for COP28 and Beetle World has done many such summit seminars during the Bhopal in UAE. This is our 9th year in UAE, and this is going to be almost 100 such seminars, summits that Beetle has been organizing since many years. The economics of sustainability is not an option or a choice. It is now mandatory whether you take it or leave it. This is very important for all of us to understand that the world is changing very fast, and the distance between, the time duration between the industrial revolution that has taken place before is now, after the fourth industrial revolution, it is going to be very fast. People are saying there will be many jobs that will get released from the market. There are recessions and many other things. Everything will be as it is, but it should be, and it will be wrapped under the umbrella and the new ribbons of sustainability. So sustainability is nothing new, it's not a new technology, it is not a new initiative. This is earth that we are living with. ESG, environment, social and governance, these are the main sectors where Beetle is focusing on. And we are very happy to announce that this year Beetle World has started and initiated the Beetle Sustainability Organization, a non-profit vertical of Beetle World. Fortunately, we are from the same college. Mr. Tariq from Z, and he was my senior 1 year, and we are meeting now after almost 23 years, 24 years after the college. So, and now we are in a position at least to decide, to finalize that Z and Beetle can take the new initiative of sustainability for years to come in United Arab Emirates and in other GCC countries. The journey was long, and there were so many people that have helped us. There are so many names. Especially, I would like to say few names. Of course, the first is the wife name behind every successful man. So, Dr. Shahida was very supportive during these initiatives. Saidi Tatabili was very helpful in connecting, in understanding our initiatives. Mr. Suresh Gulani, Mr. Deva Solanki, and there are so many names, Mr. Majid Khan. But there is one person that is also in my life, other than my wife. That is Arman Khan. Arman Khan, please come over here. The mic, please.
मैं के लिए एक शेर कहना चाहूँगा कि कुछ इस तरह से मिले कि बात रह जाए, कुछ इस तरह से मिले कि बात रह जाए, बिछड़ भी जाए तो हाथों में हाथ रह जाए.
Yeah, of course. So, Arman, we of course do so many things together. You have other businesses as well, and you known here in the UAE as a technological man in the innovation technology. Recently, I've heard that you also started involving into film and feature films and media, did some short roles and planning for Netflix. So, what is this great turn or shift from the technological man to is it the कहते हैं सोबत का सर ऑफ अरबाज भाई और समथिंग ऐसा?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आप सही पकड़ा इस चीज़ों को कि उनके सोबत में मैं हूँ, तो आने वाली कई सारी चीज़ों में मैं आ भी रहा हूँ, और बहुत सारी चीज़ों पे मैं ये कह सकता हूँ कि आयशा ज़की बैठी हुई यहाँ पे जो काफ़ी सोशलिस्ट है, अच्छी मूवीज़ वगैरह बनाती है सस्टेनेबिलिटीज़ के ऊपर और लोगों के लिए अच्छाइयों के ऊपर बहुत सारी चीज़ें वो करती रहती है. तो हम लोग भी जुड़ के कई सारी चीज़ों जैसे नाउ वी हैव अ कम्युनिटी UAE announced already this year place called Community Hearts. So we make for community movies. So we have a lot of plans in the future to do more and more series and movies to give the benefit to the like society. Because खुद को करने से अच्छा है कि सोसाइटी के लिए भी करें, साथ में उसमें ज़्यादा एक अच्छा पन लगता है और सुकून मिलता है.
Of course. So without further delay, let's proceed with the other segments of the evening. And I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Abdullah Al-Nawmi. He is the chairperson of Sharjah Consultative Council and the ex-Environment and Climate Minister of United Arab Emirates. He is very passionate, writer, poet, and into so many other things, into farming as well. And the good thing I have seen in his house, most of the household things he consumes from his own farms, so all pure desi man. Dr. Abdullah, please come forward.
Dear guests, great guest this evening. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for really getting into sustainability and thinking that sustainability worth coming over, worth the trip, worth all the efforts you took. I know you come from different places. Some of you are coming from Saudi Arabia. Our chief guest is coming from home, India. So really nice to have you here and all together think about the sustainability and we think about the sustainable future. If we know that probably I will get into the economics as Professor Matthew is speaking just a while ago. If we know that the green technology investment for the 2050 is $12 trillion of technology. $12 trillion is a lot of money, for sure. But if we look at the cost that we pay for non-sustainable issues, we think of 380 billion for the 2030. So the cost is high, and the technology is higher. The investment we anticipate to see pumped into the green technology is a lot. And maybe most of us here in business, and we know what it takes to really be in the business of green technology. It is very risky, yes. Not 100% identified, yes. There are quite a few technologies that we have actually put in service, and we know that it is not going to take us to the future. We all know that. In one hand, we are producing green technologies, solar panels, windmills, hydrogen technologies, and at the same time, we are also producing plastics. I like the clip that you showed. It is really great to see people like this young lady looking into that plastic and seeing how much it costs us. If we know that plastic is not only disturbing our biodiversity, it is actually disturbing our environment. If we know that the emission of plastic is 10 times as much as the emission of gas and oil of this country. The emission of plastic and cement together is actually 2 times as much as the emission of all the OPEC countries from gas and oil. So there are a lot of technologies that we can introduce in the economy to make our future life better, to make our children live better, and to make sure that youth are actually part of this. We, 200 years ago, managed to put all this earth on this list, unfortunately. And maybe we, together, we should save our earth for our future, for our children, for the people to come. I have actually seen professors speaking about sustainability and sustainable future. And I was very pleased with every word that they have talked about. But one thing that I really need to tell you, most of us, if not all of us, know very little, Professor, about sustainable future. Yes, we work hard, we try, we guess. Unfortunately, we did not get the name right yet. But with the technologies that we have, with sponsorship that we have from such reputed media company, we can actually add that. This is the thing that we need, and we should thank you very much, Z, for really making such an event worth us coming and us producing something out of very little. Let's keep continue doing this. It's not enough that only Z does this. Enlightening people, and particularly youth, is very essential. And looking into what is it that we could do with such investment that we made when we talk about $12 trillion of investment for the 2050 deadline. 2050 deadline is 25 years from today. Most of us hopefully will be alive. 2030 is tomorrow. And if we are actually wasting 300 on the verge of $400 billion in non-sustainable areas, we know the fact that 1 out of 4 of us is impacted by the sustainable and non-sustainable activities. I'm very pleased that you organized this. Thank you very much for it. It means a lot to this country for hosting an event of this nature, summit with reputed people who speaks sense about sustainability and the sustainable future. We can only get there by such efforts. We can, but we can only do it together. Segregated efforts is no longer good for us. It is high time to start one thing that maybe most of you don't know. 200 years ago, we have actually received our Earth with a concentration of carbon dioxide, half of what we have today, almost. It was 280 parts per million when we received it. Today, it is in the range of 422. If we keep continuing doing this, maybe it's going to be too late. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I would request you to please be here. Arman Khan, please can come on the stage. And I would like to request our celebrity guest, actor and producer, Mr. Aghaaz Khan, to please join us on the stage. Thank you. We would like to give a token of thanks. A few words.
Good evening, everyone. It's very nice to see such a great gathering, and I'm extremely happy and excited to be part of this event. It's always a pleasure to be here in Dubai, never a dull moment, and like I said, just being in the dais with such a great gentleman, and thank you for such an informative bit, because we all need to be very, very aware of what the future holds. And I think this event is purely for the fact that we get a little conscious of what we need to do in the future so that we can make some great strides and make this world a better place to live in. So congratulations to Z, Verman, and everybody over here who has been part and very supportive for such a great cause. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we would like to continue our session now onwards with to felicitate few guests and guest of honors. I would request our anchor, Iram, to please come on stage and
Thank you, sir. Let's begin with the felicitation ceremony, and for that, I would like to invite our prestigious guest. I would like to invite Mr. Majid Khan on stage, please. Group CEO, AK Media, and a huge round of applause. Your presence is valuable, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
आगे भाई आगे इधर बोलो मेरे को मत लो
A huge round of applause there. Thank you so much. Pictures to keep it memorable. Now I would like to invite Madina Irfan Sikandar, Director, ISMA Entertainment. A huge round of applause, please. A little bold and energetic. You have a beautiful audience here, beautiful gathering here. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. You look very beautiful. Have you round of applause? I would also like to invite our editor, Z Media Group editor, Tariq Faridi Saab on stage, please, to join this felicitation ceremony. Okay, now I would like to invite Mr. Hanif Sheikh, Chairman, Dubai Golden Group, on stage, please. Let's welcome him. Thank you, sir, for your presence. Let's motivate Hanif Sheikh Sahab. Your presence make this moment memorable and very beautiful. Thank you. Now I would like to invite on stage Ms. Meena Asrani, CEO and founder of Being Muskan Events, UAE, USA and India. A huge round of applause, please. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite Khalna Dastogi, CEO, Golden Gate Holiday Homes. A huge round of applause. Thank you, sir, for being here. Pictures, the memories. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite Rahul N. Khanna, I Love Mumbai Foundation Sustainability Ambassador. Thank you so much for being here. Huge round of applause from the audience. The contribution is immense, so the motivation from the audience must be equal to it. Thank you so much. And these were the guest of honors. Thank you to our special guest for presenting the awards, and we'll have another felicitation ceremony at the end of the event. Thank you so much for your presence on the stage. Thank you so much. Next, we bring you a very special presentation, a film on sustainability. Okay, so let me tell you about this film, a film on sustainability. I am damn sure you will love it. Produced by Aisha Zaki and Arbaz Khan. This film captures real story, real effort, and the real impact of sustainability practices which we are discussing here. Let's watch.
तो दोस्तों आज हमारा जो रोजगार जिन्होंने उठाया है, ये हमारे समाज में रहने वाले हमारे मुंबई के म्यूनिसिपल लीडर्स हैं। जी हाँ, and the topic is the hazards of middle classes inside towns.
ग्लास के टूटने से सबको तकलीफ हो सकती है, फिर भी हम लोगों की लापरवाही से कांच को 10 मिनट में गिरा।
आज कचरा उठाते वक्त करीम चाचा को काफी चोट लग गई है।
ये लेडी चाचा को देखिए, तुम्हारा पट्टी करवा देंगे। अरे तुम्हारी पट्टी हमारे लिए रेडियो
गरीब की जिंदगी है, परेशानी कुछ ना कुछ लगा ही रहता है। आज ऑफिस
हमारी लापरवाही की वजह से अगर किसी इंसान को या किसी जानवर को चोट या तकलीफ हो सकती है, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमारी एजुकेशन किस काम की? इज टोटली वेस्टेड है।
and impactful, a very powerful movie on sustainability, which gives a positive message how a collective effort is needed if we really want to talk about it, if we really want to achieve the goals we set for coming generations or coming times. So let's move forward, and I would like to go on to felicitation ceremony for the rest of our guests, for which I would like to invite on stage once again His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Munhab Al-Naumi. Sir, please come on stage, and also I would like to invite our celebrity guest, Mr. Aghaaz Khan, actor producer, on stage. With him, I would like to invite Professor Adam Saab, President, Region Sustainability. Mr. Tariq Faridi, Editor, Z Media Group. Let's take this forward. And also I would like to invite on stage Ms. Aisha Zakri.
तो सलाम टीवी और वेटल वर्ल्ड के ताउन से दुबई में जी गल्फ ग्रीन समिट एंड अवार्ड्स 2025 तकरीब का शानदार इनेकाद किया जा रहा है और लाइव कवरेज लगातार हम आपको दुबई से दिखा रहे हैं। आपको बताएं कि तकरीब में मुख्तलिफ शुबा हयात से ताल्लुक़ रखने वाली मुमताज़ हस्तियाँ शामिल हैं। इनको मुख्तलिफ मैदान में नुमायाँ और शानदार यादगार कामयाबी के लिए एज़ाज़ात और इनामात से नवाजा जा रहा है। सीधे ये तकरीब हम आपको लगातार दिखा रहे हैं जहां इस वक्त स्टेज पर मौजूद शख्सियात मौजूद हैं। दुबई में इस शानदार तकरीब का इनेकाद किया जा रहा है। आपको बताएं कि बेहद ख़ास इस तकरीब को माना जा रहा है। तो दुबई से ये बराह रास्त तस्वीर हम लगातार आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं। जिस तरह से लगातार आप देख रहे हैं कि बेहद अहम है ये, किस तरह से एक ख़ास पैनल भी था जिसने न सिर्फ सस्टेनेबल एनर्जी के बारे में बात की बल्कि कई अहम डिस्कशन यहाँ पर किए गए। तो गल्फ ग्रीन समिट एंड अवार्ड्स 2025 की ये तकरीब जिसमें बॉलीवुड अदाकार अरबाज खान मेहमान खुसूसी के तौर पर शामिल है, साथ ही साथ कई अहम शख्सियात इस वक्त यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। आपको बताएं कि यहाँ पर कलीदी खिताब भी हुआ है, विजन, चैलेंजेस और पायदारी के मौके।
This love, this token of appreciation, and being a part of it, it's our responsibility to motivate them. Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon stage Mohammad Sohail, founder and chairman AICT Global Excellence in Maintaining Work and Empowering Community Globally. Since 2015, AICT Global has been working on the ground across continents, bringing hope through healthcare, education, food, sustainability and emergency relief. From India to Malaysia, from UK to UAE, its mission is simply yet powerful to serve humanity. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite on stage Yogeshwar Nath Mishra, Assistant Professor, IIT Jodhpur, ex-NASA, Caltech Excellence in Field of Research and Education. Yogeshwar Nath Mishra is the inventor of world's fastest cameras and microscopes, and his breakthrough research has been featured in leading science and technology magazines and channels worldwide. We would like to hear something from you.
Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying the evening, and it's an honor for me to be here and also listening to all the speakers. It's been a privilege for me and it's an exciting experience for me, and then when I see people are talking about sustainability and all that, it's amazing. I just want to say that, as the speakers have already told that technology is really important, and I would like to tell you about my research, how my research has been very much connected to sustainability and also tech advancement. So, when we are talking about green future or green technology, we are talking about hydrogen, and also we are talking about EVs, everything, and fuel cells and also solar cells. So the technology which I developed is basically looking at the extremely fast changing reactions. So for example, if you see the leaf, plants grow because photosynthesis is happening. And when you look at the reaction and at what time scale these reactions are happening, they are happening at nanoseconds, which is billionth of a second. They are happening on a picosecond time scale, and some reactions are happening on attosecond time scale. So we wanted to see them in real time. How we can see them? Like for example, when you see this camera, when it is taking a video, it is taking 40 images per second. But the camera which we have developed at Caltech and NASA, it can take actually trillions of images, trillions frames per second, or billions frames per second. So you can literally see what's going on. How different chemical reactions are happening, how fuel cells are working, how solar cells are working. When the sunlight falls and then the material absorbs the light, how electrons are produced. So we can see them. Also in biomedical imaging, it's a revolution, because when I'm talking about, or when I'm speaking here, actually my brain is
firing, so many neurons are fired, and a lot of chemical reactions are happening. And we need to see them in real time, what's happening, So these are we can do with this kind of technology. So it's kind of a breakthrough research, and I hope that, thank you for inviting me, and I know Tariq Bhai, and he knows me, and he said that okay, you should be here and talking to people, if anything you can think that, I could contribute, I'll be very happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was highly inspiring and meaningful. Now, let's take this forward. I would like to invite Aisha Zakati once again on the stage, please. She was here, and we already know her contribution, a huge round of applause for her. Owner, Television Sound Films, producer, director, award for social filmmaking, the film you already saw here. Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite Vishal Tenani, founder, leader, Vishal Legal Consultants and Sustainability Ambassador. Thank you, sir. Huge round of applause, please. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite Dr. Rajesh Kumar Agrawal, RKG International Executive Director for Lifetime Achievement Award in Recycling. As we talk about sustainability, the contribution of Dr. Rajesh is immense. How he tells us, how he highlights the need of recycling, how it is connected to sustainability, the message which we are giving. And I would like to request to put on the AV, the contribution of Dr. Rajesh. We would like to know it more.
से हूँ और गलती में हम लोगों ने अपना जीवन चालू किया। 12 साल की उम्र से मेहनत मजदूरी करना चालू किया, परिवार का साथ मिला और धीरे धीरे बिजली का बिजनेस, कूलिंग का बिजनेस, धीरे धीरे हम लोगों ने कंटेनर बनाना चालू किया और बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन में आगे बढ़ते हैं।
तुझे तो याद हो गई, मैं मना करता रहा कि पेड़ पर मत चढ़, लेकिन नहीं, चढ़ गए। मुझे और बाबा जी को कुछ पूरा भरोसा है, तू जो करेगा सब सही करेगा। किस्मत और कर्म में हमेशा जंग चलती रहती है, कभी किस्मत जीत जाती है तो कभी कर्म जीत जाता है। मगर जिंदगी की कहानी सिर्फ जीतने वाले को विजेता नहीं कहती, विजेता वो होता है जो कभी हार नहीं।
राजेश साहब, हम आपसे भी सुनना चाहेंगे. We would like to get it from you, the contribution you have done to the society. Few minutes.
आगे मैं जाएंगे।
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू विकेल। कोई भी जिंदगी में सफर अकेला नहीं होता है,
आगे मत जाओ।
और मेरी जिंदगी का भी सफर अकेला नहीं था, इसलिए मैं अपने दोनों बेटों को बुलाना चाहूँगा, अपनी भाई को सभी बुलाना।
नाज़रीन, सलाम टीवी देख रहे हैं आप। खबरों के साथ मैं हूं हिना ज़ुबैर। बिहार में असेंबली चुनाव की तैयारियां तेज हैं। सभी पार्टियों के दिग्गज लीडरान ने मोर्चा संभाल लिया है। चुनाव की तारीखों का ऐलान अभी बाकी है, लेकिन असेंबली चुनाव की सियासी सरगर्मी तेज हो गई है। बिहार में असेंबली चुनाव को लेकर गहमागहमी तेज है। सरकार और अपोजिशन एक दूसरे पर ताबड़तोड़ वार और पलटवार कर रहे हैं। पीएम मोदी ने 75 लाख खवातीन के खातों यानी उनके अकाउंट्स में 10-10 हजार रुपए भेजकर आधी आबादी को साधा। इसके कुछ घंटे बाद कांग्रेस की जनरल सेक्रेटरी प्रियंका गांधी ने शक्ति अधिकार महिला संवाद प्रोग्राम से खिताब किया। इस संवाद में प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा के निशाने पर थी बिहार सरकार। प्रियंका गांधी ने बीजेपी और नीतीश कुमार की सरकार पर सम्मान न देने का इल्जाम लगाया।
मैंने यही कहा कि ये चुनाव के पहले क्यों जागे हैं। अभी 20 साल से किसकी सरकार थी? 20 सालों से क्या किया महिलाओं के लिए? जो मानदेय जिसके लिए ये लोग संघर्ष कर रही हैं, ये महिलाएं अपना मानदेय थोड़ा सा बढ़ाने के लिए ये पहले क्यों नहीं किया? और ये 10,000 रुपए है क्या अभी दे रहे हैं, तो क्या हर महीने देंगे? किस को देंगे? कुछ कहा है इन्होंने कि ऐसे ही कि चलो चुनाव आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा हम स्कीम बना देते